Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Daytona and the Milwaukee Mile weekend for Cup and Xfinity at Daytona and the Truck Series at the Milwaukee Mile. But before we get into that, let's first talk about next week's schedule race, which will be at Darlington for the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. This will also be the regular season finale as well for the Cup Series, so it's getting pretty interesting there for the Cup Series standings. But let's first off with the Xfinity Series standings and what's happening there. 10:30 a.m. will be practice, and then 11:10 a.m. will then be qualified for the Xfinity Series. Both of them will be streaming on NBC Sports. Then at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time will be the Xfinity Series race. For the running of the Sport Clips haircut, TFW Help at Hero 200, they'll be on USA, streaming on NBC Sports, MRN, and SiriusXM. And then for the Cup Series on Saturday, August 31st, 12:35 and 1:20 p.m. will be practice and qualifying for the Cup Series. Both of them will be on USA, streaming on NBC Sports, MRN, and SiriusXM. Now on Sunday, September 1st at 6 p.m. Eastern Time will then be the Cup Series race. For the running of the Cookout Southern 500, that'll be on USA, streaming on NBC Sports, MRN, and SiriusXM. Last time I've looked at the Truck Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at the Milwaukee Mile is Lane Riggs, followed by Ty Majeski, Christian Eckes, Nick Sanchez, Haley Gray, Tyler Ankrum, Corey Heim, Daniel Dye, Ben Rhodes, and Matt Craft, and ran out of the top 10. Then we have Tanner Gray, Caden Honeycutt, Brandon Finger, William Sawallich, and Jack Wood ran out of the top 15. Reason why as well, they see Caden Honeycutt and late as well down the result, Sammy Smith with the playoff. That's just bonus points. So both those trucks are in bonus points basically of the playoffs. But yeah, nothing really happened this race. I was listening to the radio. It was quite shit because it kept cutting off, but nothing happened. Like there was maybe like one incident where Corey Heim got a bit loose and tried to clear himself, but obviously wasn't clear. But other than that, there was nothing really else. I mean, Christian Eckes, once again, the most dominant car in the field. However, I do want to give a quick shout as well to Ty Majeski and of course our race winner Lane Riggs. Those two were maybe the only two trucks that could actually compete against Christian Eckes. And shout out as well to Lane Riggs for basically dislocating his shoulder by being that excited over his first race win, which is fair. I mean, hell, I would also dislocate my shoulder if I get my first race win in the Truck Series. So, I mean, it makes sense. But obviously, it is quite funny that the first thing that he does is dislocate his shoulder as soon as he jumps out of the truck. But either way, yeah, it's just nothing really happened in this race. I'll be honest, just nothing. It was good that Lane Riggs finally got his first win. I mean, it's been quite a while. I think he was very close multiple times. I think if I remember correctly, like in North Wilkesboro, I believe he was pretty close to getting the win, and a couple other trucks. Well, maybe Gateway. That might be another track that he was pretty close at, but yeah, luckily he finally has his win, which is a great sign. Let's now have a look at the other finishes outside of the top 15. Now, Ty Dillon, who actually won a stage, one stage won, so there's that. Sammy Smith and Roger Cruz, quote-unquote playoffs for Sammy Smith. Roger Cruz, the lowest ranking playoff driver, down in 18th. I don't know who else really talk about. I mean, Bailey Curry, I think he was caught in an incident with Corey Heim, I believe. Lost Allen retired because of a suspension. And Jason Alexander, who was driving for Floridian Motorsports, basically crashed out. And also one driver failed to qualify, which I forgot to mention, which was the GOAT of Norm Benning. Let's have a look now at the Truck Series standings. So here are the standings now. After the first race of the playoffs of the Truck Series, Christian Eckes is now in the lead, followed by Ty Majeski, Corey Heim, Nick Sanchez, Taylor Gray, Tyler Ankrum, Daniel Dye, Brandon Finger, Ben Rhodes, and Roger Cruz ran out of the top 10 in the playoff picture. Then we have Tanner Gray, Lane Riggs, Stuart Freeze, and Matt Craft, and Chase Purdy ran out of the top 15. The biggest movers were definitely Lane Riggs and Taylor Gray, and also includes Daniel Dye, all the moving of 3 spots. While the biggest loser was Roger Cruz, who lost 5 spots after that first race of the playoffs. Let's now have a look now at the Xfinity Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona is Ryan Truex, followed by Chandler Smith, Parker Kligman, Riley Herbst, Ryan C., Jordan Anderson, Justin Allgaier, Sheldon Creed, Leland Honeyman, and Kyle Weatherman ran out of the top 10. Followed by Josh Williams, Joe Graf Jr., Sam Mayer, Blaine Perkins, and Kyle Sieg ran out of the top 15. Luckily, there was no flip in this race, which is a good sign. However, there was a possible flat tire from Anthony Alfredo. He was very, very slow, dragging the brake, well, basically backing out. And then Jeffrey Earnhardt kind of triggered it by by getting turned by Cesar Baccarella. Drivers like Shane Van Gisbergen was part of it. I think obviously Baccarella got the worst of it. Earnhardt pretty sure got to, I think also retired as well. But I mean, you do have to feel bad for Anthony Alfredo. To be fair, Alfredo he was really dominant. He was like coming out like through the field, and he was looking like an actual contender. So with him, I was getting that flat tire possibly. It was very disappointing there, but all in all, it was a very, very good race. I enjoyed the racing. There was basically a first crash wreck that happened as well, which was really, really strange. Which basically took Austin Hill out of contention already. But Ryan Truex getting another win, which is pretty cool. Yes, it was basically on the caution because Parker Kligerman kind of dumped AJ Allmendinger, even though they're working together throughout the entire day. So you do have to feel kind of bad, I'll be honest, for Allmendinger. But either way, I mean, Ryan Truex gets another win. I'm happy with that. Let's now look at the other divisions outside of the top 15. Who should we talk about? Jesse Love, who won, I think, the last Super Speedway race at Talladega earlier this year, finished down in 21st. Brandon Jones as well, 22nd. AJ Allmendinger, who basically spun out on the final lap, finished down 24th. Shane Van Gisbergen, who's part of that wreck, along with Anthony Alfredo. I think Jeremy Clemens also got a piece of it as well. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Cesar Baccarella, Josh Bilicki was the other driver as well, who was part of that wreck. Austin Hill, who was running, yes, was part of that lap 1 incident. Cole Custer because of a DVP. Matt Benedetto and Parker Retzlaff, both of them were part of an incident as well due to a big wreck. Team Vines, I should say, engine failure, got Steve Ryan Ellis, and finally it was Akinoa Ogata ran out of the field. Let's have a look now at the Xfinity Series standings. For the Xfinity Series standings, we now have a new championship leader, Justin Allgaier, who is now 33 points in front of Cole Custer, followed by Chandler Smith, Austin Hill, AJ Allmendinger, Riley Herbst, Sheldon Creed, Jesse Love, Parker Kligerman, Ryan Sieg ran out top 10, followed by Sammy Smith, Shane Van Gisbergen, Sam Mayer, Brennan Jones, and Anthony Alfredo ran out top 15. The biggest movers were Allgaier, Chandler Smith, and Ryan Sieg, all of them going up 1 spot, while the biggest losers were Cole Custer, Austin Hill, and Sammy Smith going down 1 spot. Let's now have a look now at the Cup Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Cup Series at Daytona is Harrison fucking Burton. I never thought I would say his name as a race winner, but he's a race winner. Followed by Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, Cody Ware, Ty Gibbs, Bubba Wallace, Parker Retzlaff, Brad Keselowski, Daniel Hemrick, and Chris Buescher ran out top 10. Followed by Carson Hocevar, Ross Chastain, Zane Smith, Chase Briscoe, and John Hunter Nemechek ran out top 15. Wow, what a race, what an upset. Harrison Burton gets Wood Brothers' 100th race win. And now he's leaving the race team as well after the season, as we will be talking about his replacement pretty soon. But my god, was that an amazing race as a whole, I'll be honest, for NASCAR and Daytona. And as well, sprinkled with a bit of Lee Diffie commentary. Oh, chef's kiss is beautiful. But, I mean, wow, it was looking like Kyle Busch was going to win this race. And then Harrison Burton got a massive shove from Parker Retzlaff and won the race. I never thought in my life that I will see Harrison Burton, a race winner, and now in the playoffs. Yes, that's a bit of a controversial thing now. Just like Austin Dillon over in Richmond, like this time he now gets to keep this win and the playoff spot. It is a bit of a waste of a playoff spot, which obviously makes sense. He's mainly a 30th place driver. But either way, it doesn't change the fact that Burton won this race fair and square. Yes, there was a bit of review at the end of the race because of a yellow line rule, which possibly was broken, but it was just contact, which basically tagged him, and Burton almost went down to below the yellow line. So he didn't technically advance his position. He just got tapped by Kyle Busch. But my god, and he only led 1 lap, which I'm pretty sure was the lap that mattered. It's crazy. I mean, I never thought in my life that I would see Harrison Burton win this race. And hell, Wood Brothers' 100th race win? Amazing. Michael McDowell, the pole sitter for this race, almost did a Tony Stewart 2012 Talladega thing. Basically almost flipped over on the entire field. Luckily, he was able to keep obviously his wheels on the ground, but it really reminded me of Tony Stewart's crash at the 2012 Talladega race, where basically he just flipped over like on the entire field. It almost looked like that, but luckily he was able to land back on his wheels, which is a good sign. But my God, this, I mean, now that was a big wreck because it took out quite a lot of contenders. Larson, Logano, who else? Tyler Reddick was another driver that was part of that wreck. Byron, I'm pretty sure, as well. So there was quite a few drivers, but it doesn't compare to maybe the driver who was possibly going to win this race, Josh Berry, who got turned around, I think by Kyle Busch or Justin Haley, I can't actually remember, on the backstretch and goes flipping. Yes, another driver, second week in a row, has flipped over. It was maybe a bit scarier than Corey LaJoyce's flip because, I mean, he kind of just stayed on his roof and slid down and hit the inside wall, which is pretty hard. But luckily he was okay. But that's another flip this year, and we haven't even made it to the playoffs yet. Like, we've had a flip at Michigan, we've had that flip at Daytona. What's next? We're gonna have a flip at bloody Bristol or something. I mean, it's a bit of a worry just because of how light these cars are. It also shows as well that NASCAR might need to get rid of that smooth floor because that might also play a part on it. But hopefully they do make the right decision. Let's now look at the other pitchers outside of top 15. And there's some interesting drivers here. Alex Bowman, 16th place, was part of an incident late as well. I think it actually really was part of that flip with Josh Berry. BJ McLeod, who I'm pretty sure had a pit stop incident as well. He finished out 19th. Joey Gase, what a run from him and NY Racing. That's very, very impressive there from Joey Gase. Kyle Larson, who was part of that wreck with Michael McDowell almost flipping over the field, finishes out in 21st. Martin Truex Jr., I'm pretty sure was part of an incident as well. Josh Berry, the guy who flipped over, finishes out in 26th. William Byron's also part of that wreck. Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Mike McDowell, Joe Logano, Haley, Stenhouse, all of them were part of that incident with McDowell was flipping over. Corey LaJoy was becoming a terrorist and almost led Page to field at some point. Shane Van Gisbergen had a Mechachrome issue engine failure. Chase Elliott, Noah Gregson, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Preece, all of them were part of a separate incident as well, like pretty early on. And Daniel Suarez was the first retirement, that being due to a fire. Let's now look at the Cup Series standings. For the NASCAR Cup Series standings now, Tyler Reddick is still in the lead only now by 17 points over Kyle Larson, followed by Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Christopher Bell, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Tyler Gibbs ran out of the top 10. Followed by Chris Buescher, Alex Bowman, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, and Joe Logano ran out of the top 15. It is worth mentioning as well that Denny Hamlin did get a points penalty after I can't remember what race it was, Michigan. Because I'm pretty sure it was because of an engine problem. I think that's why. So he got some penalty points off that as well. So that's why you see him pretty low down in 8th place. The biggest winner was Brad Keselowski, who moved up 2 spots, while the biggest loser was Denny Hamlin, who moves down 2 spots. So just a reminder, the next 2 scheduled races will be at Darlington for the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series, and obviously it will be the Cup Series season finale as well. So now, like, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe, it would really help me, especially on this channel. I will be at Japan pretty soon, so it will be a very different setup to what you're kind of used to. So that's really bad for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys the next time in the next one. Goodbye.